Your ceiling fan is making your home look cheap. And here's the thing, it is not your fault that nobody ever told you. We spend so much time and energy making our homes beautiful, choosing the right paint colors, finding furniture that feels just right, making sure everything looks welcoming when family comes to visit. But there is one thing hanging right above our heads that can undo all of that effort, and most of us have never given it a second thought. So today, I am going to share everything. I wish someone had told me years ago about ceiling fans, the mistakes that make beautiful homes feel stuck in the past, and the simple, affordable fixes that you can absolutely handle yourself. And if at the end this helps you, hit subscribe. The wrong size epidemic. Let us start with a mistake that is incredibly common, and I completely understand how it happens. You go to the hardware store, you see a ceiling fan that looks nice, the price is reasonable, you think, a fan is a fan, right? So you bring it home, but then you install it and something feels off. Either the room still feels stuffy because the fan is too small to move enough air, or the fan looks enormous and overwhelming, like a helicopter is about to land in your bedroom. Here is the thing nobody tells you at the store. Ceiling fans need to match your room size, and once you know the simple rule, it is actually easy to get right. For smaller rooms up to 100 square feet, about 9 square meters, think home offices, guest bedrooms, or nurseries, you want a fan between 29 and 36 inches. That is about 74 to 91 centimeters across. For rooms between 100 and 150 square feet, go with 36 to 42 inches, roughly 91 to 107 centimeters. A typical bedroom or dining room up to 225 square feet needs 44 to 50 inches, that is 112 to 127 centimeters. And for larger living rooms over 225 square feet, you need 52 inches or larger, 132 centimeters or more. Here is a simple way to remember it. The fan should be about 20 to 25% of your room's width to look balanced. In a 20-foot wide room, about 6 meters, that means a 4 to 5 foot fan. According to Hunter Fan, one of the most trusted names in the industry, a fan that is too small will not circulate air effectively. But a fan that is too large can visually overpower your space and make your carefully decorated room feel unbalanced. The good news? Now you know, and knowledge is the first step to making it right. The height disaster. Now here is something that affects both safety and comfort, and it is an easy fix once you understand it. The rule is simple. Fan blades need to be at least 7 feet above the floor. That is about 213 centimeters. This is not just a suggestion. It is a safety standard to make sure nobody gets hurt, especially when grandchildren are visiting and running around, or when tall family members raise their arms. But here is the flip side that most people do not realize. If your ceiling is very high and you mount the fan right up against it, the breeze never reaches you down where you are actually sitting. The fan spins beautifully way up there, but you do not feel anything. According to Energy Star, the sweet spot is 8 to 9 feet above the floor. That is 244 to 274 centimeters. This is where the fan works most efficiently. So what does this mean for your home? If you have standard 8-foot ceilings, a flush mount fan that sits close to the ceiling is perfect. For 9-foot ceilings, a short down rod brings the fan to the ideal height. For higher ceilings, 10 feet or more, you need a longer down rod to bring that fan down to where it actually does its job. The wonderful thing is that down rods are inexpensive and available at any hardware store. You do not need to replace your whole fan. Just adding the right length down rod can make a huge difference in how cool your room feels. The dated brass epidemic. Now let us talk about something I want to approach gently, because I know how this happens. And there is absolutely no judgment here. 20 or 25 years ago, you probably chose a beautiful ceiling fan. Maybe it had ornate brass with etched glass light covers. Maybe it was hunter green with wicker blades. Those were the styles everyone was buying. They were considered elegant and sophisticated, and that fan has served you faithfully ever since. But here's what interior designers notice the moment they walk into a room. Those styles now communicate that a home has not been updated in a long time. It is like how avocado green appliances were the height of fashion in the 1970s, but today they instantly date a kitchen. A real estate expert put it this way: nobody walks into a home and thinks negatively about a ceiling fan that looks clean and modern. What does look dated is the ornate brass with etched glass from 1998. But here is the empowering part of this. A basic modern ceiling fan costs between $80 and $200. That is it. The current styles feature clean, simple lines, matte black that disappears against most ceilings, brushed nickel that complements stainless appliances, simple white that blends beautifully, 3-blade designs that feel current instead of cluttered. For under $300 total, including installation, you can transform a room. And here is something that might surprise you. You could do this room by room over time. There is no rush. Start with the living room where guests see it most, then the bedroom. One fan at a time, at your own pace, on your own budget. When your friends walk in, or when the grandchildren come to visit, they will notice the difference. Your home will feel fresh and intentionally designed, not stuck in the past. Now, before we continue, I want to hear from you. Look up at your ceiling fan right now. Is it one of those brass and frosted glass styles we just talked about? How long have you had it? Drop a comment below and tell me. All right, let us keep going because the next mistake might be costing you serious money. The direction. Mistake costing you money. This might be the most expensive mistake on our entire list, and here is what makes it frustrating. It is a 10-second fix that can save you hundreds of dollars a year. But most people do not even know it exists. Your ceiling fan has a direction switch. Most people have never touched it because nobody told us it was there or what it does. In summer, your fan should spin counterclockwise when you look up at it. This pushes cool air down and creates what experts call the wind chill effect. You feel cooler without actually lowering the room temperature. It is like a gentle breeze on a warm day. In winter, flip that switch so the fan spins clockwise on a low speed. This pulls the cool air up and pushes the warm air that is trapped near the ceiling back down to where you are sitting. You feel warmer without touching the thermostat. Here is where it gets exciting. According to the Department of Energy, using your ceiling fan correctly lets you raise your thermostat by 4 degrees in summer with no reduction in comfort. Think about what that means for your electricity bill, especially in California, Florida, Texas, or Arizona, where summers are brutal. Research shows this can mean 40 to 60% less energy usage during peak cooling season. That is real money staying in your pocket. Money you could spend on the grandchildren. Money for a weekend getaway. Money that adds up to hundreds of dollars every single year. And here is the best part. You can do this yourself right now. No ladder, no tools, no calling anyone. Just turn off your fan, wait for the blades to stop completely, find the little switch on the side of the motor, and flip it. That is it. 10 seconds. You just gave yourself a raise on your energy bill, and you did it all by yourself. The blade pitch secret. Here is something the salespeople at hardware stores rarely mention, but it makes a huge difference in whether your fan actually works. It is called blade pitch, and think of it like this. Imagine paddling a canoe. If you hold the paddle almost flat to the water, you barely move. But if you angle it more steeply, each stroke pushes much more water and you glide forward easily. Ceiling fan blades work the same way. Cheap fans have blades pitched at only 8 to 10 degrees, so they spin but barely move air. Quality fans have blades pitched at 12 to 15 degrees, and each rotation pushes significantly more air in your direction. This is why two fans can look almost identical, but one actually cools you while the other just looks busy spinning. When shopping for a new fan, here is a simple thing to look for. Check the CFM rating on the box. That stands for cubic feet per minute, and it measures actual airflow. Higher numbers mean more air movement. A good bedroom fan should have at least 3,000 CFM. Living room fans should be 4,000 or higher. You do not need to understand all the technical details. Just look for that CFM number and choose the higher one. That's simple. The light kit problem. Many ceiling fans come with built-in lights, and honestly, many of those lights are what make fans look the most dated. You know the ones I mean. Frosted glass bowls that collect dust, harsh lighting that makes everyone look tired, bulbs that buzz or flicker. These light kits were often added as an afterthought, and they show. Modern ceiling fans have solved this beautifully with integrated LED lighting. The light is designed as part of the fan from the beginning. It produces soft, flattering illumination, and LED bulbs last for years while using much less electricity. If your current fan has one of those dated light kits, you have two good options. You can replace the whole fan with a modern integrated design, which solves both problems at once. Or you can simply remove the light kit, use the fan just for airflow, and add a nice floor lamp or table lamp instead. Sometimes that actually looks more elegant anyway. The choice is yours. Both options work, and both will make your room feel more intentionally designed. When you need more than one fan. For larger rooms over 400 square feet, roughly 37 square meters, one fan often cannot do the job alone. Open concept living areas, great rooms, covered patios, these spaces need teamwork. The key is spacing them properly. Keep fans at least 7.5 feet apart, about 228 centimeters. If they are too close, they actually fight each other and neither works well. For open concept kitchens connected to living areas, here is a tip. Have one fan near the kitchen to help move cooking heat away from the stove area. Then a separate fan in the living space where people sit to watch television or visit with family. Each fan does its own job, and together they keep the whole space comfortable. Let me bring it all together because I want you to feel empowered walking away from this. Your ceiling fans should be sized to match your room. Now you know the simple formula. They should hang at the right height, 8 to 9 feet, for optimal airflow. Those dated brass and frosted glass styles served you well, but updating them is affordable and makes a dramatic difference. The direction switch on your fan can save you hundreds of dollars a year, and you can change it yourself in 10 seconds. Here is what I want you to understand. That these are not your mistakes. Nobody taught any of us this. But now you know. And you have the power to make changes at your own pace, on your own budget, one fan at a time if that works better for you. Your home reflects the care you put into it. And small updates like this are not about keeping up with trends. They are about making sure your home feels as beautiful and comfortable as you deserve it to be. If this video helped you see your home with fresh eyes, I have two small requests. First, if you are not subscribed yet, tap that button now. 95% of people watching are not subscribed, and joining means you will never miss practical tips like these that can save you money and make your home more beautiful. Second, think about someone in your life who might be paying too much on their electric bill because their fan is spinning the wrong direction. A friend, a sister, your mom. Send them this video. 10 seconds of their time could save them hundreds of dollars. They will thank you for thinking of them. More tips are coming that you will not want to miss.